All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are having a great day. So we have the brand new custom interior that we're actually going to go ahead and be putting on the Magnum boosted wide body S550 over there. And if you guys are new to the channel, I also have a 2011 Shelby GT500 and a 2024 Dark Horse. So those two actually have Recaros in them, which I do really like them. I really do enjoy them. However, that is a 10R80 and it's definitely a really nice daily and reliable daily. So my point is, it's very comfortable. Don't mind the mess right now because obviously we have to vacuum it. There's a receipt down there, but they are very comfortable. That is the point. They have the heating and cooling seats, which I actually thought about spicing up the interior. It's kind of, you can see on the camera a little bit more, but the previous owner had a dog, which ended up staining the seats a good amount. So while this thing is getting some air in the tank, I did actually think about switching these to Recaros. However, thanks to custom interior, there is a different option, which I will go ahead and show you guys that quality right now once we move this car into position. All right, so let's go ahead and start pulling them out of the bag here. So first off, the quality is very nice. I was honestly surprised because when I think about seat covers, I kind of think about back in the day, but this is actually some really nice quality. And how you can tell which side is which is by the hole. So this is actually going to be the passenger side. All right, so the first step is to actually getting into position where you're going to be okay with it letting it sit for a bit. So that way you don't have any issues with airbags going off when you don't want them to. So I just aired up the car a good amount. It's not fully aired up, but again, just to make it easier climbing in and out of the car. And also to pop up this hood. This thing is pretty dirty, but the battery's right over there. So let's go ahead and get that. Pretty wild. I actually don't pop this hood enough to show off this Paxton supercharger right here. I think the easiest thing to do is actually to move the seat up forward so you can reach the two back bolts and then be able to basically move the seat back to get to the two front bolts. So that's really if you want to take out the seats. You actually don't have to take out the seats on this installation because these hooks pretty much just go underneath everything. Now, honestly, it is recommended to take out seats because it's easier. However, because I actually have a strip bolt in here from something in the past, I knew I wasn't going to be able to take out the seat, so I wanted to test it out, and I was able to do it without taking it out. You can go ahead and see the fitment is very nice. I already looped this through the magnet wise. Now, don't mind the little marks here. That's actually just because a can of tire shine was underneath the seat and it actually went off. So unfortunately I got all over my hands and it got all over the seat covers. So I'll definitely clean that up. I already cleaned up a bunch right there. You should have seen it was all glossy right there. But there's a couple handprints here and still over my sweater. But you can definitely see the fitment of this thing and it is very nice. We're gonna go ahead and just put the top back on. We just need to get the new piece on there. And as a reminder, if you are doing the seats out method, then definitely make sure you unhook the plugs that go underneath before ripping them out and destroying your plugs. So again, obviously the decision of what you want to do is entirely up to you. But what I did is lower the seat all the way as low as it can go and just slide the headrest. And there we go. So with the headrest out of the way, it's easily exposed. And now we can just slide the top piece through, or you can start with the bottom. Realistically, it honestly does not matter. I would say if you start with the top, this part actually wraps around and goes underneath, just like the OEM one right there. So that may cause a little bit more tension when you're trying to slide the bottom one, because the bottom one has the same hooks that that one has, that you basically have to just slide underneath and hook around. So I started with the top one first last time. I'm gonna go and start with the bottom one and I will tell you guys the difference so that way you guys know. So don't forget, once you take the top off, you can also raise it a lot higher so you have a lot more clearance. But just to show you guys the underneath of this, it's gonna be the two hooks that go from the front to the back, as well as these three that slide pretty much right under here. And you can just wrap it around and you end up playing underneath this right here. So you can also just slide your hand underneath through the bottom or through the side right here if you could wiggle your hand through there. And that's where you could just pull with those. So right here, you can just see how there's still air, obviously, because I haven't hooked it around. But that's pretty much how it rests on there. And then the hooks, you just got to hook them down there. I'm by myself, so recording is quite difficult. So I'll just go ahead and do this and pretty much let you know, again, which is easier to start with, the bottom or the top. So here is the driver's side. I had to take my ring off because it kept getting stuck. So again, do not mind the dirty floor. We are gonna go ahead and install the floor mats from Kustom Interior. But I gotta say, I'm a big guy and these do really feel comfortable. Now I know the question a lot of people are gonna be asking, because one of the main reasons to keep these is for the heating and cooling seats. I'm gonna go ahead and test that out. But first, we have the back to install. Now, after a lot of thinking, I'm actually not going to install the bottom, and I will tell you guys right outside on the reason why. So as you guys know, I like to take my son in the Mustang because he definitely does enjoy it. So when you look at the bottom here, you can see, throw that back up, you can see these cutouts. This is actually where you put the car seat at. Coming over here, you will notice there is no actual cutouts for that part. So with that being said, I wouldn't be able to put my son in there, and that's just not something I want to do. And obviously I could just cut that. I'm not gonna do that right now. That is definitely an option if you were in the same situation, you had a little bit more time. But here in California, the weather's been crazy. So I just want to get this done right now and ultimately take the car out for a drive and see how it feels with the covers over the seats. Alright, so we just pulled up to the gas station here, and I will go ahead and say right now, the heating and cooling still does work. I will say, obvious reasons, because there's an extra layer, it does take a little bit longer for you to actually fill it. However, definitely once it gets going, it's perfectly fine. And actually our boy Josh came with us too, so he's actually in the gas station right now. So I did actually ask him as well. He did say the same thing. You do definitely feel it. I actually messed with them. I did actually have the cooling effect on it for him for a bit, and he said it was really cold and he was questioning it. So that was actually good. Because we had the heater on mine and it worked very, very well. So I am definitely happy overall with the seat covers right now though. So if you guys want to see the matching floor mats, definitely stay tuned for probably the next video, hopefully. So that way you guys can go ahead and see them close to each other. But sheesh, this thing looks good. So it's actually been a few weeks. We had the little guy out here. He's actually looking at the car as well. But I gotta go ahead and say, after a few weeks of driving with the heating and cooling seats, everything went perfectly fine. And I could definitely confidently recommend these seat covers. It really does make the interior look 10 times better. Honestly, I bought this car a little over a year ago, and the previous owner had a dog, which kind of scratched the leather on the seats, as well as stains all over the seats. So we got this little dude here, and it also protects it from the kids, to be honest with you. He's over here already messing with it. But again, I can confidently say these things actually did make the interior 10 times better, and the actual extra layer makes the cushioning even better. So they actually do have quite a different options. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and check if they have any options for the 2010 Camaro SS over there, because that one actually does have like a tear on the side right there. So at that point, we would probably go ahead and just stitch that up and then actually throw on one of these beautiful custom interior seat covers over it, and it'll look good as new. So this actually go ahead and end this part of the video. I'm very happy with the seat covers. So again, I'm looking forward to putting all the floor matching there. That's gonna match exactly to the seat covers. So definitely stay tuned for that part. So this is actually something I've been wanting to do for a while, is to actually take out both cars to pretty much compare the beautiful Kenny Bell wine known for the SVT Cobra, as well as the Paxton Superchargers that we obviously just put the seat covers in. So this is a perfect time to take out both cars into here, and honestly, let me know which one do you guys think sounds the best. However, I can tell you right now, the one that's gonna be the most comfortable to drive is definitely gonna be the beautiful 18 right here. So definitely let me know which one you guys think sounds better, the Paxton Supercharger or the Kenny Bell on the SVT Cobra over here. And with that being said, go ahead and catch me on the other socials if you're not following me on there yet. You guys are definitely missing out on a lot. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.
So